Good day, students. This is Dr. Mercado speaking. Welcome back to Course Orientation Part 3, which deals with Cengage. Now, this particular orientation is for any course that will utilize the Cengage resource that will include my Principles of Financial Accounting, my Introduction to Accounting, and my Payroll and Business Tax Accounting class for the fall 2023 semester. Okay, so Cengage is a learning platform that I utilize in my class to be able to utilize the textbook. And we have a learning platform where you complete the majority of your homework assignments, including your test. So that is where I'm able to build the homework, the quizzes, the exams. It has videos embedded that's going to help you complete your assignments and a wealth of other resources. So it's very useful, very student friendly. It's awesome. I really like it. Okay. Now, Cengage is an external platform from Blackboard. That is something that is a third party. If you ever run across any issues where you cannot access Cengage, or there is a Cengage error, or something is happening related to Cengage, you need to contact Cengage Support. Okay, I cannot help you. Okay, I create the content, but the visibility of the content, that's not something I control. That was probably an external error of some sort or some kind of system error, and you would need to contact Cengage directly. Okay, now they do have a phone number that you can contact. There's a chat available during the day. You can open a case and they'll get back with you. And I'll show you all of this once we log in into Blackboard, how you can be able to contact them. But the piece of information I wanted to highlight, something that you want to keep handy, is the phone number. Okay, their phone number for support is 1-800-354-9706, and that basically when you log in there, it gives you like the approximate time that it'll take for someone to pick up the line. Okay, but like I stated, if you have issues, please don't wait to contact me. If it's on the weekend, they're available, they're open. Contact Cengage. I don't want to hear the excuse, well, miss, I didn't do the homework because I was having issues with Cengage. Okay, well, you need to learn to resolve those issues, get in contact with support, figure it out, and then work on your assignments. Okay, and if you find an error, like for example, at the beginning of the semester, some students have issues, especially those students using Mac computers or Apple devices. They tend to have a lot of issues setting up their account, and I'm warning you. Okay, there's some kind of integration that needs to happen, and most of those students have to end up calling Cengage Support. A technician will remote it into their device, and they're going to do a couple of things and make it work. Okay, I don't know what they do because I'm not a technician, but from my experiences, students that use MacBooks, Apple devices, anything of that nature will have some form of issue setting up their account initially. Once it's set up, then they don't run across any issues after that point, because the support system has already done all of the integration needed. Okay, but whatever the case might be, any issues that you have related to Cengage, this is the number to call. Okay, so I just wanted to give you that overview. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump over to Blackboard. Okay, I had already shown you how to get here. Okay, now unfortunately I cannot show you the entire step to go into Cengage because I have instructor access. So I already have access to everything. You're going to be a little bit different, but I want to show you some of like the key, I guess, steps that will kind of guide you to finish the process to setting it up. Now I'm going to select a class. Let me do the first one. It doesn't really matter which class, but so we're going to go into the class that you're in, and I'm going to show you some important information. Okay, we're going to go to the Cengage assignments links. Okay, now here you have a variety of information. The first one, which has the name of the course, that will be kind of like your home page in Cengage. Once you click on that link, it's going to take you to your home page in Cengage. Okay, the second one, it's the ebook. Okay, if you click on that link, it's going to take you to the electronic version of the book. Okay, the third link is Cengage Technical Support. If you click the Technical Support, it's going to send you to a page where you open up a case and be able to provide the issue that you are having. Okay, then you've got your dashboard. That is where you keep all of your information. Now, if you purchase Cengage Unlimited, okay, There are two options. The first option is to buy the resources just for your course. That is a more expensive option. Okay, if you're buying, let's assume that you're taking Introduction to Accounting and Payroll and Business Tax Accounting. You're taking those two together. Both of them use Cengage. If you were to buy the content separate, you would be basically paying double of what you could be paying if you purchase Cengage Unlimited. Cengage Unlimited is cheaper. Okay, it's less costly and it gives you access to everything. Okay, so let's say, for example, in a semester you're taking 4 classes, and all 4 classes use Cengage. Okay, you will only pay one fee. Okay, one fee, and that will cover all of your 4 classes. And you will have access to all of the textbooks and the learning platforms, everything. So it's a wonderful tool. It's a wonderful program that they have. That is why we use it a lot. That way students can take advantage. It reduces their cost because they are taking multiple classes that deal with Cengage and they only have to pay one fee. Okay. Now, the last 2 links are resources for students. If you are having issues setting up your accounts, it's always very useful to go here. Okay, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so here there's videos on how to use Cengage now. Okay, there's the customer support number that you can contact. Okay, so if you click here, it'll give you the information for support. That way you can be able to, and it's going to ask you to log in. It's kind of like loading. It's going to ask you to log in with your account, and then you can chat or use the phone, all of that good stuff. Okay, and I'm not going to log in, but this is the button that you would click. Okay. And then they have a whole bunch of tutorials, video tutorials on how to do different things. The adaptive study plan, how to use the multi-panel, how to use Excel, all of this good stuff. So this is a great thing to use. If you have questions about doing anything in Cengage, this is the place to go. Okay, I've linked it in. We also have a quick start guide. Okay, that basically shows you how to set up or enroll in Cengage. Okay, all of the information is here. Okay, and it depends on the type of user that you have, workstations, all of this good stuff. Okay, it gives you support information. So this is available, and this is going to help you to get started creating your account in Cengage. Okay, let me close this out, and that's just a link away. Okay, Cengage Now Help for Students, and then we have Cengage Resources for Students, and it has supplemental resources catered specifically for South Texas College. Okay, so we are going to be using CNow V2 in my class. So if you click there, it's going to show you how to access Cengage through Blackboard. Okay, and it gives you all of the steps for you to do that. Okay, all of the information is provided so you can follow step by step. So like I said, I can't show you physically because I am an instructor, but basically it tells you to access your Blackboard course. Okay, our accounts have been linked. You're going to go ahead and enroll in the course, and I'll take you step by step. You're going to link your Cengage to the LMS, and this is only done once. The first time that you create your Cengage account, it's going to link your Blackboard to your Cengage. So you're going to be asked to create like a username and password, which you're not going to need anymore, but just make sure that you keep it handy in case you need to reset anything. And once you do complete the process, from that point forward, the system's automatically is going to know that it's you, and you just click the links and it will automatically take you to Cengage. Okay. And then it's going to show you how to enroll in the course and access the course materials. Okay, so this is available to you in the Cengage assignment links. Okay, so all of these are important information that you're going to have. Okay, so make sure that you go over all of this information. Now, anytime you see, like for example, this little, I don't know what a diagram, or that's basically a link. Okay, if you click on it, it's going to take you to another site. Okay, so I've linked all of my assignments to where you click on them. It redirects you to Cengage, to the Cengage platform. Okay, now if you want to get started, the first time that you do it, that will be the only time that you do this. is, let me go ahead and change. Let me see what happens to student preview. Okay. You're going to have to create your account the first time. Okay. Now, I believe you get a free 1 week trial period. I'll check right now to see what they've updated. Give me a minute. Let's see when it loads. Let's see. It's a little bit slow today. I'm trying to go into the student preview. That way you all see what a student will see. Okay, so the first time that you are going to try to access anything in Cengage, you are going to just basically go to your week 1 folder, okay, and select any of the assignments, whether it be the tutorial, the quiz, or the homework. Excuse me. I'm going to select the quiz, okay? And it's going to try to redirect me to Cengage, but it's going to identify that I don't have an account with Cengage. Okay, so it's going to try to help me set up. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Let's see if it works. Okay, it's loading. Give it a couple of minutes. Okay, here we go. So you can either, how am I going to pay for the access? Okay, you have 2 options. The first one is you go to the bookstore and you buy an access code. It's a piece of paper. That's what you're buying. Okay, you're going to buy a piece of paper and it's going to have a code there. Okay, if you do that option, you're going to enter your access code here. It says it's in blue. If you click on it, it's going to take you to a different web page and it's going to ask you for that code. You simply enter the code and it'll let you in. Okay. Now the second option is you buy the access online, which is, I think, a lot simpler. If you have a debit or credit card, you can just do that on the computer. Okay, so I'm going to assume that I don't have my access code, but if you do, this is where you're going to enter it. Okay, so it says if you don't have an access code, click continue, and we're going to move on. This is the textbook that we are going to be using in the class, and make sure that the class is the class that you're taking. In this case, I'm doing 2023 fall, and this is Principles of Financial Accounting Hybrid. Make sure that the information for the course is correct, and then you do continue. Okay, now you have options. Okay, so I talked about buying the actual physical materials for this class only. If you buy the material, which is basically the online access to the ebook and the platform, you'll be paying $145. Okay, so you have that option of buying just the access for the class. I like to maximize my money, so if I can pay less and get more, that's what I'm going to do. So the most affordable option is this one, Cengage Unlimited. Okay, what is that going to give you? That's going to give you access to all of the textbooks, all of the learning platforms, everything you need for $124.99 a semester. Okay, now if you are a person that likes physical textbooks like I do, I'm old school, you can request a copy of the physical textbook. You just have to pay $9.99 shipping and handling, and they'll mail that to your home. Okay, but you do not have it to do that because you have instant access to the electronic book. Okay, so you have the 2 options. You buy the product just for the class for $145, or you get unlimited access to all of the course materials for $124.99. And to me, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to pay the $124.99 because it gives me more for my money. Okay, so if I'm taking 3 courses that use Cengage, all I have to pay is $124.99, and that's going to give me access to all of my materials for the 3 classes. Isn't that fabulous? Okay, so that is what I recommend. Now, there are some students that say, hey, miss, I know that I'm going to be using Cengage for the next year. Okay, because mostly all of our business and accounting classes use Cengage. I would say about 80% of them. Okay, so if you know you're going to be using it, there's an option to buy it for 2 terms, which is going to save you money. Okay, so it was $124.99. Okay, let's do the math here. It was $124.99 for 1 term. For the entire year, that's 2 terms. That gives you access 12 months. That includes, it could be your spring, summer, and fall, or fall, spring, and summer. It's going to give you 12-month access for $189.99. So you pay an extra $65 and you're going to get access to an additional 8 months. Okay? Remember, the 1 term is 4 months. The 2 term is 12 months. So if you know that you're going to use it the entire year, I would recommend you get the 2 term for $189.99. Okay? Now the other option is 24 months. Now that's pushing it because, I don't know how structured you have your plan, your degree plan. But if you do want the 24 term, you pay $249. My recommendation from a student's perspective is if you know that you're going to be taking courses next semester, I would recommend you use the 12 month for $189.99, and that gives you access to an entire 12-month period. Okay? That's a cheaper option. But whatever is it that you decide, you select the option and then you just click Buy Cengage Unlimited. Okay? And it's going to take you to a page where you're going to enter your credit or debit card information. Okay? That's simple. Now, if you're going to purchase this option, which is just the material for the class, you just click here, Buy Product, and then you enter the same information, your debit and credit card information, and voila, you're set up. Now, I don't have money right now, miss, because my financial aid has not kicked in, which is something I hear a lot, which is perfectly fine. Okay, some of us don't have money, or we're going to get paid next week, or whatever the case might be. We don't have money, but we don't want to fall behind. Okay, so Cengage is really nice, and they offer a temporary access. Okay, there's a button down here below Buy Product that gives you temporary access. Okay, if you don't have the money, please use this option from day one. That way you can get access to the course material. I'm going to show you temporary access. Okay, and it's not going to let me show you because I already have access. But once you click access to there, it should prompt you to enter some information, and then you'll be redirected to the course. Now this system knows that it's me, so it already has my backup information, so I didn't have to enter my name and all of this good stuff, my address and all of that good stuff. But you will, because you're new to Cengage. Okay, and then you'll have access to the course material. Okay, so you do that once. Okay, you do that once, and then depending on the option that you select is what is it that you're gonna be doing. Okay, so you have the 3 options, and if you do that, let me go ahead and go in there again. Let's see if it works. I just want to show you kind of like unfortunately I don't have a student account because I have a faculty account, so I can't really show you much. But depending on the option that you choose, if you use that option, you're still going to be creating your account. Make sure that you enter correct information. It's going to ask you for your email. Make sure that you use a correct email because it's going to be reminding you, you know what, your free trial period is about to end. Okay, so make sure that the information that you use, you keep handy, you keep it safe. That way if you need it, you can always use it. Okay, so if you're using the temporary access, I believe it's a 1-week temporary access. Okay, you have 1 whole week to work on your assignments before you you get charged for it. Okay, but you do have that option. And then if you're ready to pay, you can just do Buy Cengage Unlimited, and this will only be done the first time that you log in. Okay, and then it's going to give you the option. This is what you're buying for $124.99, and then you just simply check out. Okay, and then this is the information you're going to be entered, your billing information. Once you enter it, it's going to prompt you to continue, and then it's going to ask you for your debit or credit card information. Okay, And I'm not going to do that because it's self-explanatory. You basically just fill in the blanks, do continue, and then it's going to ask you for your debit or credit card information. Okay? And you just complete this registration. Once you're done, the system's going to know it's you and it's going to redirect you to the course. Okay? So once you do that, for the first time, you set it up, then you come back to Blackboard and you access your assignments through here. Okay? Now I am going to exit the student view because the course is still not live. So I want to actually show you some assignments, and I'm going to show you the assignments in my view, okay, the instructor view. But you're going to see the same thing, okay? So week 1, this item right here, the syllabus course orientation quiz, that is a quiz in Blackboard. I think it's 4 or 5 questions, very short quiz. That one, it's internal, so it will not redirect you anywhere. You just have to complete it here. Okay, so let's say, for example, okay, I'm ready to get started with chapter 1, Dr. Mercado. What do? The first thing you do is your chapter reading. You click on the reading. Okay, and it's going to take you to the ebook. Okay, you're going to enter Cengage. Make sure that you have your pop-ups enabled. That way it allows you to take you to the correct page. Okay, pop-ups need to be enabled so the system can automatically transition from Blackboard to Cengage. Okay, so it's going to take you to chapter 1 reading, and it says it's not graded. You can go in here as many times as you want. Okay, and then you start the assignment. And it's having issues. Let me see. I wonder why. Let me try it again. I did exit student preview. Okay, yeah, I did exit it. Okay, so let's see why it's not working. Okay, so if it continues to give you issues, what I would do is I would contact Cengage Support. I'm trying, I'm clicking the link and I'm getting this error message. What's going on? It could be that they're running some maintenance. Okay, let's see. Start the assignment. It says try after a few minutes. Okay, let me try another course. Let me see. Maybe it just has to do with my class. For this particular class, let me try another class if it gives me the same issue. Usually we don't have much issues with Cengage, but because I am working on it ahead of time, and the assignments are really not open. I don't know if that has to do with it, but let me see. Let's see if this works. If not, maybe there's a problem with Cengage at the moment. Okay, we're going to start the assignment. Nope, it won't let me open it. Let me see if it'll let me through the study tools. Ebook. Or let's see if it's not actually loading it at all. It's just strange that it won't allow me to open it. Okay, it won't allow me to open it through the link. There's probably some issues with Cengage at the moment. But over here, it is allowing us to access the book. Okay. And then you start with chapter 1. Okay. Okay. Now, I wanted to show you that's another way of going in there. Or you can simply just go to, if you go back. Okay, and I'm more than sure that that's going to get fixed by the beginning of the semester. I don't know why. Let's see. Well, let me see if the actual assignments are working. If not, then we have an issue with Cengage at the moment. Let's see if the actual assignments load. Okay. Let me start. Let me see if it'll load it. Okay, the quizzes, it is loading. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so it's just a matter with right now, I guess they're updating the ebook information, and that is why you're not able to use the link, but you will be able to use it once the semester starts. Now, if you don't want to use that link, when you go to the same Cengage assignment links, you've got the ebook option. You can just click there and it will open up the entire ebook. Okay. The other link, what it will basically do is it's going to take you directly to chapter 1, chapter 2, or whatever chapter it is. This link is going to take you to the entire book. Okay. And you can select which chapter to go in there and read. Okay. So there's multiple ways of accessing the ebook. Don't stress. Okay. So if we're doing chapter 1, then we just select chapter 1 and then it'll open it up for you. Okay. Now that we're in the ebook, I want to show you some items on the ebook. Okay. So if you click this little 3 dots on the top left hand side, you're going to open the table of contents. Okay. So if you are looking for specific information, maybe the accounting principles, the role of accounting, you just select the section and it'll take you there. Okay. At the beginning, you will have to be reading the entire chapter because you're not familiar with the content. So this is the table of contents. It's dynamic, so you click on it and it'll take you there. Okay. What we want to do is we want to begin reading. Okay. We're going to go to the arrows. They'll take you back and forth. Okay. So this is the introduction. Okay. What we're going to be covering. The learning objectives for chapter 1. Okay. And then we have the information begins for chapter 1. Okay. So you begin reading and you just keep on reading and you keep on reading and there's information. Okay. We have a lot of diagrams. If you see something like in blue, there's a hyperlink. It'll open up and it'll give you the description or the definition of the item. Okay. A lot of diagrams. Now, I know some of us do not like to read, or maybe our English is not that strong. Okay. I don't have a very fluent English. I am from Mexico, so my strong language is Spanish. Okay. So if you are struggling with language barriers or you just don't feel like reading, or you learn more by listening, then this is a great option for you. If you look on the right hand side, there's a little person speaking and it says read speaker. Okay. If you click on it, it's going to prompt you to set up the settings. Okay. How do you want them to read? Slow, medium, fast, or very fast? I'm going to do medium. Do you want the voice to be a male or a female? United States or Australian? Okay, you know what? I want a female to be reading. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close it. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead, this little button up here, I'm going to click on it.
Business activities. Businesses engage in the following 3 types of activities. Operating activities, investing activities.
So you see, pause this. So it starts reading to you. Okay. So if you click the speaker, you set it up here, and then once you want it to read, you click the actual little button on the top. Okay. You click on it.
Business activities. Businesses engage in the following 3 types of activities.
And it highlights for you.
Investing activities, financing activities, operating activities are those activities.
So it highlights as it reads, that way you can be following along. Okay. So there's a lot of features on the ebook. That's one of my favorites. You know, you can just sit back and listen. We have a glossary. In alphabetical order. Okay. We've got flashcards that are going to help you study. Okay. On the front side, it has the words, and then it has flip the card and it gives you the definition. Okay. So it helps you study. Okay. Then you do the next card, retail business. You flip the card and it gives you the definition. Okay. So this is just some tools that you have. Let me close this. Okay. If you're reading and you want to highlight or take notes, you can do that. Okay, you can bookmark, you can highlight. Okay. And then you can just highlight the information and then maybe highlight it in yellow. Okay. If you want to type notes, you can type notes. You can delete it, whatever is it that you want. Okay. So it's very dynamic. You get to take your own notes. So it's something that you can utilize, okay? So you can play with this. Nothing's gonna break. Go in there, practice the reader. You can change the fonts. Maybe it's too small for you. You want to make it a little bit bigger or very big. It's all there available just to make it more visible to you. You can print a couple of pages. It'll allow you to. You can search in the course. For example, if you want to search for anything that is asset, has the word asset on it, and it'll give you everything that has the word asset on it, okay? You see anything that has the word included, it'll highlight it and it'll give you a link to it, okay? So the ebook is dynamic. You need to read, okay? And you read, you find the table of contents, and you read the material, okay? Very basic, okay? So you will have access to each of the chapters, and if the link doesn't work, you always have access to the entire ebook right here under resources, okay? Now, you're usually going to have two types of activities every week, your homework and your quizzes. The homework, you can take as long as you want completing it, because that is where the actual scenarios are provided, and you have to apply what was learned to those scenarios. And then you have your quizzes. Quizzes are more terminology based. Those are fill in the blank, multiple choice kind of a question, okay? The quizzes are timed depending on each quiz. Now, I like to begin with my quizzes. Okay, that is just me. I get the easy stuff out of the way, and then I focus on the more difficult stuff. Okay, so you're going to click on the link for the quiz. Okay, so we're going to enter it. Now, when you are getting ready to begin the quiz, it's going to give you some important information. It says this is your first take of the test. You are limited to 2 takes. You have 1 hour to complete the test. So depending on the class that you're in, it can be 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, okay? But it will outline it for you there, okay? When you are ready to begin, you click Start Test Now. And then you have a whole bunch of questions. You go one by one and you answer the questions, okay? You select the option that is the best, okay? And that is what you do, okay? You fill in all of the blank, okay? And I'm going to fill in a couple. I'm not even going to read them. I'm just going to do a couple. You're going to go through it and you're going to just fill in the blank. Whatever it is, I'm just going to enter information, okay, just so we can see how the dynamics, okay? Make sure you go through each one and fill it in. I am not reading this. I'm just going to go ahead and answer them, so that way you can see when you're done, okay? So you're going to scroll through all of these questions, okay, and answer them, okay? And I'm going to do very bad in this test, right? Okay, but I'm done, okay? So it says here I've done 15 out of 15 items, which is good. All of my work is saved. Now you have an option to, if let's say you're working a question and you have a question about the specific question you are working on, you can email the instructor. And then if it emails me, I'm going to get a visual image of what you're looking at, so I can see it on my end, and then you type up your question. Hey, Dr. Mercado, I'm working on this question and I don't understand, blah, 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 whatever. Okay? So you have this feature here, okay? But make sure that you have an email set up that you are checking, because when this email is generated, it's going to be generated off of that email account that you use when you set up your Cengage account. So what's going to happen is it's going to generate an email to me. I'm going to read it and I'm going to respond to that email. Okay, so you're going to get a response to the email that you used to set up your Cengage account. Okay, so that's an option. If you've completed all 15 questions and you feel happy with it, you're going to submit your test for grading. Okay, it's giving you a warning. Are you sure you want to submit it? Yes. So you have the option of submitting it, or you know what? Let me go back and review my work. Okay, so you have the option of continue taking the assignment or submitting for a grade. Okay, I'm going to submit it for a grade. Okay, automatically you're going to get your score. Okay, so you scored 26.67 of the assignment. You have one more time to take it. Okay, now because I am the instructor, I do have access to look at the test results. I believe I have it set up to where you're able to view the test results, but until the assignment closes. So you can go back and check your work. For example, if the assignment closes on Sunday, on Monday you can go back and check your work, okay, and see what you got right, what you got wrong. Okay. But the grade will automatically be provided to you, and it notifies you have one more try. Okay, so those are the quizzes, very easy to do. Okay. Now let's work on a homework assignment. And I am not going to do chapter 1 because this is an introductory chapter. Let's do chapter 2. Okay, I'm going to do chapter 2 homework. Okay, now the homework, you can take as long as you want on it. Okay, and you can save your work and resume it at a later point in time. Okay, so I'm going to enter Cengage. And once again, it tells you this is your first take and this is the date that it's due. Okay, are we ready? Yes, we are. We start the assignment now. Then it has all of the homework questions. Okay, now some of these homework questions, you have options up here. Okay, so this particular problem deals with learning objective 4. Okay, if you need to refresh your memory about what is it that you read on learning objective 4, you just click on it and it'll take you to the ebook, that particular section, so you can go back and read over that section. Okay, so it'll take you back to the ebook. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, so it's going to take you to this section. You need to go back and read this section. Okay, then it also has you a show me how video. These are videos that will help guide you in completing the problem. You see, and these are short videos, 2, 3, 4-minute videos. Watch the video and then try to complete the assignment. You can print the problem, and if you find any errors on the problem, you can report those errors to Cengage. Okay, the one that you're going to be using the most is the show me how and the ebook. Okay, make sure that if there is a video provided, you view it. Okay, so you're going to go through the problems, utilize the resources, refresh your memory with the ebook, look at the video, and then complete the problems. Okay, now let's say, for example, you get home and you start working on the assignments and you maybe complete the first 5 problems. Okay, it's dinner time. You have to prep dinner for the kiddos. Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to go down here and you're going to click save and exit. Okay, what that is going to do is going to save your work and exit for you. Next time that you log in, it's going to have those 5 problems saved for you, and then you can resume your work at that point. You also have an option to email the instructor. Okay, if you email the instructor, like I said, I'm going to get a visual image of what you're looking at, and then you just put your question, whatever it is, and I will get back with you. And that really helps me because these problems, if you see, they're algorithmic, the majority of them. Okay, so what does that mean? That Juan is going to have a different problem than Maria, than Pedro, than Mike. They're all going to have different problems. Okay, same concept, different names, different dollar amounts. Okay, so that way when you email the instructor, I'm able to see your problem and I can help you. Okay, so you have the option to email me. You have the option to save and exit. Okay, do not submit your assignment until you're done with all 20 questions. Okay, now you've got some problems in here, some of the classes that have TMM. That means tell me more. Okay, now for the tell me more, if you have any of those in your homework, then what you have to do is there's like a little hyperlink up here. It says click to watch the Tell Me More video and answer the questions below. So you have to watch this video, click on the link, okay? So a video is going to populate, you watch the video, and then after you watch the video, you answer these questions, okay? So you're going to go through all of your problems, okay? Now, assuming that, you're working on your assignment. Let me find one that is not very complicated to do. Okay, let me see. That should be like an exercise because I don't want to take too long showing you this. Okay, this one's an easy one. Okay, well, no, it's not because it has errors. I have to figure out the errors. Okay, basic exercise. Let's see. These are easy, but those are not. Okay, which one can I choose? Well, I guess chapter 2 is a little bit challenging, so I don't have any. Okay, let's do this one. Entries to correct errors. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you how you can do your work. Okay, some of these are long, so before you even attempt the problem, remember to review the work from the ebook, watch the video, and then try it. Okay, so it says entries, the following errors took place in journalizing and posting transactions. Insurance of $22,600 were paid for the current year was recorded as a debit to insurance expense and a credit to prepaid insurance. Prepare the entry to reverse the original entry first. Okay, so we have to make some kind of correcting error. Now, I am going to do this incorrect. Okay. Insurance was recorded as a debit to insurance expense, so that means I would credit to prepaid insurance, and then insurance expense. And debits always go on top for 22,600, 2,600. Okay, and then I am going to and I'm going to do this wrong. Okay, so I've entered some information. In the real world, I'm going to enter everything, okay, but I'm not going to do both of the scenarios, just one. In the real world, you're going to fill out the whole problem, okay? Once you're done with the whole problem, down here, you have a button that says check my work, and I love this, okay? You have 5 check your works, okay? So that means you get to try each problem 5 times, okay? That is why I ask that you complete the entire problem. That way, when it checks your work, it checks all of your work, and it'll let you know what you did right and what you did wrong. So let me see what happened here. What did I do? Okay, so I'm going to check my work. So I did my first entry correct. I used the correct accounts, the correct amounts. Now on my second entry, I got the first one right, but I got the second part wrong. Okay, I put dividends, which is wrong. Now I need to focus, okay? My dollar amount is right. The only thing that I have wrong is my account, okay? So now I know, okay, everything is correct except this item, okay? So now I know I can go back and I can focus and I can correct my entry, okay? I'm going to check my work again, and voila, now it's correct, okay? I still have 3 check my works available. Okay. After your check your works are completed, you can no longer make any changes. You need to move on to the next question. Okay. But it gives you multiple attempts. That way you can practice and try to figure out what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Okay. Now the check my works are only available in your homework. You will not have those available in your exams. Okay. By the time that you get to your exams, you should have mastered how to do the specific tasks that are required of you. Okay. This is only available for your homework, but it's a wonderful tool that will allow you to correct your entries, and it'll tell you if you got the information correct or not correct. Okay, so you're going to go through all of the series, the problems. There's different kinds of problems, the videos, We've got items where you have to categorize items. You know, what financial statement does it go into? Does it go into your balance sheet? Does it go into your income statement? All of that stuff. So let's do, for example, accounts payable goes into your balance sheet. What type of an account is accounts payable? It's a liability account, okay? Now let's do cash. I'm going to do cash incorrect. Cash belongs in the balance sheet. I'm going to put it on the income statement, okay? And cash is an asset, but I'm going to do it wrong. I'm going to do it as revenue. So I'm going to check my work, okay? The top one is correct. The bottom one is wrong. Cash goes on the balance sheet. Cash is an asset account. I'm going to go ahead and check my work. Now I got it right, okay? So things of that nature, you're going to go ahead and you're going to complete, okay? So you go through all of these items. In this case, you don't have a video, so this is something that you have to locate by going to Learning Objective 1. Okay, so it's going to take you to the first learning objective, where you are going to be referred back to information that will help you solve that specific problem. Okay. So it explains the left-hand side, the right-hand side, the balance of the accounts. So you read over all of this information: assets, liabilities, stockholders' equity, revenues, expenses. So you read over all of this, and when you're done reading, then you go and you complete this section. Okay. So I hope you don't have any questions. You've got access to the ebook. Your actual assignments, you'll have a video on most of them, not all of them, but most of them. In addition to these show me how videos, I do have those other videos on Blackboard that you can go watch, okay? Those other videos are for my longer problems, like for example, more complicated problems. As you can see, some of these problems are fairly long, so you will have to or need additional guidance. So I usually provide guidance on some of these longer problems, okay? Why do I give so much homework? Because like I stated before, practice makes perfect. You're not going to learn accounting by listening to me. You have to actually do it and apply it. So you need to get the practice to be able to learn the content, okay? So after you complete your entire homework, then you can submit your assignment for grading. Okay, it's giving you the warning. Do you want to submit it? Yeah, let's go ahead. Okay, I got a 4.44. Okay, you would automatically get your grade. Okay, and it's telling you you have one more try. If you do not get a 70% or better, I would recommend that you use that second attempt. If you get an 80 and you think you can do better, use the second attempt. I will always keep the highest grade earned. Okay, always. So try to earn the most points possible. Okay. So on Cengage, you're going to have a tab with all of your assignments, okay? That is where you'll have your assignments. You'll have a tab for your gradebook, okay? Now the grades from here will automatically populate to Blackboard. So you'll complete your assignments in here, and then Cengage will send the grades to Blackboard, okay? And then you have your study tools, okay? Under your study tools, you have various items, okay? Sometimes I have students tell me, Miss, is there anything else I can use or practice on? Okay, I'm not going to give you extra work, okay? But they have an adaptive study plan, okay, that will help you study the specific chapters, okay? So let's say I want to study chapter 3, okay? And if you do this, this is not going to affect you in any way. This is not for a grade. This is just for you to practice. So you're going to start studying. Okay? Okay, and it's going to ask you to get started. And then it's going to start asking you a series of questions based on your performance in the reading and the quizzes and all of that stuff, okay? So you basically are provided with additional questions, okay, so you can practice some more if you're needing that extra questions or that extra practice. This is available. And then based on what you perform on your pretest, it's going to give you content so you can practice some more of the areas that you're struggling with, okay? So it's adaptive to each student. So If students are struggling in learning objective 4, then they're going to give you more questions for focus on learning objective 4. It's an adaptive study plan based on what you respond to the questions. Okay, so that is available to you, the adaptive study plan. Like I said, it's by chapter. You can always resume. It gives you a score because you are going to have to complete assignments like short questions, quizzes, problems. It'll give you a score, but that score will not affect you in any way. It's just supplemental studying material. Okay. You've got some study tools here. Usually you just have some student downloads. If you have, if you need additional information, some book resources are available to you here. And then you have access to the ebook. If you click on that link, it'll take you to the electronic book. Okay. And you've got access to Office 365. Okay. These are just some additional resources available. The one that I really recommend students to take advantage of is the adaptive study plan. That is very useful for you to get that extra help if you need it. Okay. But you should only see 3 tabs. I have more because I am the instructor, but you should see your assignments, your gradebook, and your study tools. Okay. Click the items, go in there and play with it. You're not going to break anything. Become familiar with what's available. Okay. So that is how, and I closed it out. Okay, let me go back. So that is how it works. You just click on the link and it'll take you to either the reading, the quiz, or the homework. Okay. The tests are going to be the same way. Let's say, for example, you have a test here. Okay. You have the link to your test. You click on the test and it'll open it up in a window. It'll give you the information about the test, how long you have to complete it, and then you just begin your test. Okay. Let's load it. So here it's telling you have 3 hours to take your test, and then this is your first try of 2 available. Okay. So if you see here, the questions don't have any videos, they don't have the book. Those are things that you should be already familiar with. So you just complete the entire list of questions. Okay. And that is basically it. You take your test and then you just submit your work. For these questions, you do not have check your work. Let me find a problem, like a long problem. Where are my problems? Okay, so this is a longer problem. You see that you don't have any check your works. You have to know how to do the task or the problems by the time you get here. Okay, so I recommend that you always review your homework. Okay, the information from your test come directly from your homework or your quizzes, so it's very important that you get those completed. The only way that you're going to be able to review your work in Cengage is if you complete it. If you do not complete a homework or a test, you will have nothing to study for that particular assignment. Okay, the assignments need to be completed so the system can issue out the feedback to you. Okay, so that's very, very important. So accessing Cengage is very easy. Step number 1, set up your account. You only have to do that once. If you are using an Apple device, a Mac computer, or anything of that nature, and your links don't work or you're getting some kind of an error message, please contact Cengage Support. The numbers were provided initially, or you can always just under the Cengage tab, you have your technical support. Click that link and create a ticket with Cengage, and they'll get back with you. Okay. So I hope this is useful. Everything will be done from Blackboard. Okay. You will be accessing all of your assignments from Blackboard. There is no course key provided. There is nothing that you need. All you need to do is log in into Blackboard, go to the content folder that you're working on, and then select the link. Okay. The link that you're going to be working on, and voila, you should be in. Okay. So that is it for the Cengage item. This is the last and final part of the course orientation. You are now ready to get started. You are ready to go in there and create your account in Cengage. Make sure that you print your syllabus, have it and keep it handy at all times. That way you can keep up with your deadlines. For week number 1, make sure that you complete your syllabus and course orientation quiz as soon as possible. That way I can record your attendance that you are participating in the course. Please get that done. And if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me. The contact information is on the course itself, or it's on my syllabus. My contact information is here. Please feel free to reach out to me through Blackboard message, Pronto message, email, or whatever the case might be, and I will try to address your concerns. Okay? So that is it. I am wishing you a wonderful, wonderful semester. I'm very excited to have you in my classes. I hope to get to know you. Even though you're on my online, you're welcome to stop by my office hours, or we can do some telephone calls or Zoom meetings if needed. And for those students that I will be having either in hybrid or face-to-face classes, I look forward to meeting all of you in class. And I am hoping we have an amazing fall 2023 semester. Okay, so we'll keep in touch. And until next time, this was Dr. Mercado. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.